Don't laugh. Whatever you do, don't make a sound. The warning came too late for Ben. He had already chuckled, a nervous, awkward sound that broke the heavy stillness of the festival. Around him, hundreds of people froze mid-step, their faces pale under the glow of paper lanterns. Ben wasn't from Harrow's Bend. He thought the town's annual, silent celebration was some quaint local tradition, a superstitious relic. He had laughed at the absurdity of it. Rows of people marching through the streets in total silence, their heads bowed, holding candles. But now, as every eye in the crowd turned toward him, Ben realized this wasn't a game. The air changed. It grew colder, heavier, like something massive had stepped into the space. The shadows cast by the lantern stretched unnaturally long, creeping toward him as if alive. From the far end of the street, a sound emerged, low, guttural, like a growl echoing from the deepest pit of the earth. The crowd parted without a word, leaving Ben exposed. What's going on?" he whispered. No one answered. The growling grew louder, joined by a scraping noise, like claws on pavement. Ben turned, and his heart stopped. It was a figure, impossibly tall and thin, its skin stretched tight over jagged bones. Its face was hollow, a cavernous void that seemed to suck the light from around it. It moved in jerky, unnatural motions, its head twitching toward Ben like a predator locking onto prey. Ben stumbled back. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean." The figure lunged. Its arms extended unnaturally, claws slicing through the air. Ben's scream tore through the silence, but it wasn't just his voice. The sound echoed, distorted, as though the thing was consuming it. And then, silence returned. When the festival ended, the townsfolk carried on as they always did, stepping carefully around the new shadow burned into the cobblestones. Ben's last trace. They knew the rule wasn't just tradition. It was survival.